What's up guys, it's Paraly5er here, and welcome back to part 17 of Mythbusting. This is the series where we take your myths from the comments and we test them in Grounded. For those who don't know, I am going to be participating in the Casually Grounded Backyard Brawl. This is a PvP tournament hosted by the devs. The tournament begins on March the 1st, and I will feature in the tournament on March the 8th, and if I make it to the finals, March the 22nd. As you can see, the times are on the screen. It is a Wednesday from 1 PM to 2:30 PM Pacific time. So make sure you adjust that for your time zones. Make sure you tune in if you want to see me probably get rolled by everyone else in the tournament, let's be honest. Today's first myth comes in from Godslayer, and they ask, myth, you can attack antlions underground if you attack where they burrowed. Let's find out. I headed to the sandbox and found an antlion. When it burrowed, I went to attack it, and I was able to hit it. You can also stun the antlion to stop it during the burrow. So, this myth is confirmed, you can attack the antlion when it burrows. The next myth today comes in from Buzzy the Bunny, and they ask, myth, does drinking water from a canteen slow down the sizzle? I headed to the top of the sandbox and tried drinking water to reduce my sizzle. As you can see, this didn't work, so this myth is busted. Drinking water doesn't reduce the sizzle effect. Up next, we have a myth from Mario's, who says, myth, sitting on a chair cancels fall damage. Let's find out. I jumped from high in the sky and sat in the chair before I landed. On my first attempt, I messed up and took fall damage. On my second try though, I was able to sit in the chair and took no fall damage. So this myth is confirmed. You can cancel all fall damage by sitting in a chair. Our next myth today has been sent in by Sheepster, who supports Liverpool. And they say, myth, mosquitoes don't spawn until you hand in a super burgle chip. I made a new world, and as you can see, there were no mosquitoes spawned in. I went and gave Burgle a super chip, and then headed back to this location, and the mosquitoes had spawned in. So this myth is confirmed. This was a recent change that made it so mosquitoes only spawn once you hand in at least one Burgle super chip. Today's next myth comes in from Mutant, and they say, myth, you can get flower petals from the roses by the milk carton. I headed to the roses and built up to them. As you can see, punching them does nothing, meaning this myth is busted. You can't get petals from them, even though a few do spawn underneath the roses. You can, however, get petals by punching the hosta flowers on the other side of the oak tree. Next, we have a myth from Home, who asks, myth, can gas arrows affect the stink bug and shield bug? Let's test it out. First, I tested it on the regular stink bug. I shot a gas arrow at it, but it didn't do any damage. Then, I tried the super stink arrow, but this also did no damage to it. Next, I tried it on the shield bug. Neither the regular nor the super gas arrows worked, so this myth is busted. The gas arrows and super gas arrows don't work on the stink bug or the shield bug, which makes complete sense. The next myth today comes in from Mac the Dude, who says, myth, if you hit a mosquito with a heal basser, their blood sac fills up. Let's check it out. I started by lowering the mosquito's health before throwing some heal bassers at it. As you can see, this didn't cause the blood sac to fill up, so this myth is busted. You can't use the heal basser to fill the mosquito's blood sac. Up next, we have a myth from E, who says, regular insect heads work with the infected variants too. Let's check it out. I headed to the haze and killed an infected larva, which took 6 hits. I then activated the regular larva head mount and killed another infected larva. This yet again took 6 hits, and also did the same amount of damage. So this myth is busted. The regular head mounts don't help against the infected counterparts. Next up, we have a random myth from an even more randomly named user. And they say, myth, can you save a game on a ladder? Let's find out. I got on a ladder and then saved and quit my world. When I loaded back in, I fell off the ladder onto the ground. So this myth is confirmed. You can save on the ladder, but be careful when you log in, as you might be in for a bit of pain. Our next myth today comes in from Mr. Cereal, who says, myth, if you activate a mixer and die without going back, the bugs will not spawn for an easy mixer. Let's test it out. I activated the mixer and then gave up, spawning as far away as possible from the mixer. As you can see, the mixer did eventually take damage, so this myth is busted. You can't complete the mixer without defending it. Today's next myth comes in from Avant-Garde, who says, myth. You can use decoy bait during mixer defenses to distract enemies from the mixer. Lure arrows also work. I began the mixer and used lure arrows and decoy bait everywhere. The larva spawned in first and they weren't interested at all. Next came the orb weavers, who also ignored the bait and lure arrows. So this myth is busted. Neither the lure arrows nor the decoy bait help with the mixers, as the enemies just ignore them. The next myth today has been sent in by B Money, and they ask, myth. Barbarian mutation works with the pinch whacker. Let's check it out. I grabbed the pinch whacker and then put on the barbarian mutation and headed to the red ant nest. Once here, I attacked a red ant, and it actually works. Now this is a really weird one to me because the description of Barbarian is strong and reckless. You pride yourself in using the biggest weapons possible. Your muscular arms have no problems swinging clubs. The pinch whacker is a one-handed weapon. It's not even a two-handed weapon. But for some reason it works with Barbarian. So this myth is confirmed. For some reason, you can increase your damage by using Barbarian with the Pinch Whacker, which is also good because it removes the Perfect Block ability, but you can just use a shield because it's a one-handed weapon, making this a really good combo early game. The next myth in today's episode has been sent in by Brody, and they ask, myth. If you are poisoned and have the Barbarian mutation active at the same times, will the tint around the edge of the screen turn a different colour? Let's find out. Now, for those who don't know, when you get poisoned in Grounded, you get a yellow effect around the edge of your screen. When entering Rage mode with Barbarian, you get a similar effect but in red. What happens if you have both effects at the same time? I hit a wolf spider and allowed it to hit me. As you can see, the effects combine and you get an orange tint around the edge of your screen. Thus, this myth is confirmed as the edge of the screen turns orange, which is something I bet almost no one watching knew. Today's next myth has been sent in by Dragon Cat, who says, myth. Rock Cracker works on sap. Let's check it out. First, I broke the sap cluster without Rock Cracker, and it took 2 hits. Then, once I equipped Rock Cracker, I broke another sap cluster in 1 hit. So this myth is confirmed. Rock Cracker does indeed work on these sap clusters. Up next, we have a myth from Power Lons, who says, myth. Using wands with Ant Annihilator does more damage. Let's give it a go. I headed to the ant nest and shot a red soldier ant. It took 4 shots to kill. Then I equipped Ant Annihilator and took on another soldier ant. This time it only took me 3 shots, so this myth is confirmed. Ant Annihilator does work with the staffs in the game. The final myth in today's episode has been sent in by Dean Bunyan, and they say, myth. Landing on Wendell's head removes fall damage. Time to find out. I built up into the sky and fell onto Wendell. As you can see, I took fall damage. I tried one more time and landed perfectly on his head, but I still took fall damage. So this myth is busted. You can't use Wendell to prevent fall damage. Thank you so much for watching, as always. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like on it. I'll see you in the next Grounded video. Have a great rest of your day.